Every story begins somewhere. For her, it began here. On Pine Street, in the heart of Gert Town, a little girl was born who would one day become the center of our family, the keeper of our stories, and the reason we are all here tonight. Before the titles, before the milestones, before the generations, there was home.
Watch out there now. 2001, baby. We burn the house. Yes, sir. Come on.
Letha Elaine Penn Miller, affectionately known as Elaine, was born into the long shadow of history. From the Civil War of the 1860s to the end of World War II in 1945, nearly a century of struggle, transformation, and resilience unfolded before her first breath. She entered the world at a crossroads where the unfinished work of emancipation, Reconstruction, and Jim Crow met a nation reshaping itself after global war. Her life would begin where two defining struggles for freedom and justice converged. Elaine's ancestry was deeply rooted in Louisiana's free people of color, entrepreneurial farmers, bold women, and families who carved dignity out of uncertainty. Distinct from Creole identity, these were African Americans of mixed race who often lived independently among whites, building lives of resilience, faith, and self-determination. Elaine carried their legacy, one forged long before her birth, born on the shoulders of those who came before her. The Johnson and Scott families eventually became neighbors in West Feliciana and St. Francisville, interweaving lives shaped by faith, agriculture, and fierce self-reliance. From this lineage emerged Christian, a shrewd, witty young woman who left West Feliciana at just 15. She returned to New Orleans and renamed herself Beatrice. There, she met Samuel Ulysses Penn, a self-taught jazz drummer from Morgan City, Louisiana. Together, they built a life during the swing era of the 1930s, as jazz poured from clubs and dance halls and New Orleans rhythms echoed across the world. By the late 1940s, Sammy formed his own band, the Five Pennies. Elaine grew up in the 1950s New Orleans as the middle child of 7. Her siblings, Frances Cynthia, Catherine Barbara, Samuel Ulysses Jr., Benny Hubert, Patricia Ann, and the youngest, Julia Quincelia, filled homes across Gert Town and Hollygrove with music, laughter, and discipline. They lived on streets that still carry memory: Pine, Forshee, Broadway, Mistletoe, Strolitz, Hollygrove, and Claiborne. Elaine attended Daniel Colored Public Elementary School, designated a colored school under the doctrine of separate but equal. But for Elaine, there was nothing equal about it. In the 1960s, Elaine found her voice at Booker T. Washington High School. She earned recognition in Who's Who of Home Economics, celebrated for her skill as both cook and seamstress. She also revealed a sharp financial mind, serving as treasurer of multiple clubs and organizing events with creativity and precision. Among her most memorable ideas were the waistline parties, where admission was charged by inches. At just 99 pounds, Elaine enjoyed an economical entry while turning social gatherings into successful fundraisers. In 1963, Elaine became the first Penn family member to attend college, enrolling at Southern University in Baton Rouge. Though she loved accounting, counselors guided her toward education, encouraging her to become a teacher. But injustice was still present. In 1965, Elaine joined other young activists in a sit-in at Katz and Bestov, refusing to move until voting rights were respected. She was arrested. And like many student activists of the era, she was asked to leave Southern University. Her mother, fearing for Elaine's safety, sent her north to New York City to live with her cousin, Ethel. In 1969, Elaine married Bobby Gil Phillips and moved to Bryan, Texas. In 1972, she gave birth to her daughter, Tanyanika LaShawn Phillips, but the marriage did not endure. Elaine returned to New Orleans with her child, determined to raise her daughter on her own. As the 1970s drew to a close, Elaine's life entered another season of becoming. In late 1978, she married again, this time to a man whose steadiness would anchor her through some of life's hardest trials, Leon Miller Sr. Together, they built a partnership rooted in devotion, perseverance, and love. By 1981, Elaine welcomed new life into the world, her baby boy, Leon Miller Jr. The 1980s represented renewal, a new marriage, a growing family, and the promise of stability. But life, once again, had other plans. Health challenges arrived swiftly. Elaine underwent her first major hip surgery, learning to move again on crutches while carrying her infant son on her hip. Not long after, breast cancer entered her life, just 1 year after her sister Patricia faced the same diagnosis. Chemotherapy brought long days and longer nights. She balanced treatments, motherhood to 2 children, and the responsibilities of home, often while her husband was on the road. Over the next decade, Elaine would endure 3 additional surgeries. Still, she pressed forward. The 1990s arrived with lingering illness, but also with deep companionship. Elaine found strength in sisterhood, surrounded by women she cherished through the Medallion's social and pleasure club. In laughter, fellowship, and shared resilience, these women helped carry her through years when health remained uncertain. The new millennium ushered in a season of fulfillment. In 2007, Elaine achieved a long-held goal, earning her bachelor's degree. She formally established e-tax, giving structure and name to the tax services she had been faithfully providing since the early 1970s. Over the course of 55 years, Elaine would serve more than 4,000 clients, earning trust through honesty, precision, and care. During this time, she also joined Epiphany Missionary Baptist Church. What followed was a 25-year journey of deepened faith, a closer walk with God that would sustain her through every remaining trial. Today we have shared more than a story. We have shared a life, lived with courage, shaped by love, tested by hardship, and strengthened by faith. Letha Elaine Penn Miller's journey reminds us that resilience is not loud, it is steady. That legacy is not inherited by chance, it is built through sacrifice, service, and unwavering truth. Her life has touched generations, lifted communities, and shown us what it means to keep going, no matter the storm.
I'll rise like the day. I rise up. I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I rise up. I like the waves. I the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. You, that we have each other, and for that we have each other. Yeah.